Government is not there to please. We are here to govern, and we must govern in the interest of the country, not in the interest of a party. Of course, we face elections every 5 years, and we have to do a lot of things that perhaps we didn't want to do. Some of you know me better than others. Some criticize me, rightly so. I have no problem with this, because it might be a defect for trying to micromanage, especially my ministers. I try to go into every detail, micromanaging everything. But I've learned one thing in Mauritius. If you don't look at it yourself, it won't be done properly. For the airport, you'll be surprised. Our Port de Paris, who got the contract, but I insisted to see the design. In fact, the design wasn't going to be like this. I told them to bring everything to my office, in the treaty room where we have a lot of routes, and let me see, what are you proposing? The color of the chairs, the leather, what kind of leather, the flooring, the carpets, everything I want to see. I became Prime Minister in 1995 when President Mandela was going to visit Mauritius. I was redoing my office because I didn't like the office of the then Prime Minister. There's no way I would sit in that office. I'm sorry. Either you have taste or you don't have taste. I had one particular personal friend who was in it, unfortunately she's passed away. She's an interior designer. Her name was Caroline Gaze. Maybe some of you knew her. And Caroline knew my taste. So I asked her to design the inside, the color, the scheme, and all those things. And I've got people who know to do it. And then there were questions in Parliament. Was there a tender? Why didn't you go for the lowest tender if there was a tender? And my head of civil service then was getting worried because he knew, he told me, we're not going through the procedures. I said, yeah, don't worry. I'm not going to go through the procedures. You mustn't be corrupt. Corruption is an evil which we must completely get rid of. But you mustn't think that by going for the cheapest is the best. A Prime Minister's office reflects the country. It's not for me, it's not personal. When I drive in a nice car, it's not for me, it's for the next Prime Minister, if there is a next Prime Minister.